name is Farida Machia. I'm a professional soccer, football player at Sporting Club of Braga in Portugal. And I graduated from Boston University with a bachelor's in finance and marketing. And I've been playing football since I can remember. So I can say I'm a football player and an artist because I play guitar too. And yeah, that's all of me right there. Well, I just manage because, like you said, it's not easy. You have to manage two schedules being quite young, but it gives you discipline. You have to figure out a way how to do your homework, but yet still be on the field and training hard and giving your best. So what usually happened was I would practice and then go home at about 8 or 9 and then sleep till about 4 or 3 in the morning and then study from then till the morning and then go back to school. So it was very rigorous kind of schedule, but you get used to it. You get used to it, and that's how your life is. So you have to be really disciplined and really focused. I think it's possible, but you really just have to push yourself through it. I mean, it's the passion that drives you, you know what I'm saying? I was just going to school to do the regular thing. I studied finance and marketing because, you know, your parents want you to go to school and do the regular thing. So I was just doing the regular thing. And I did the regular thing till I came back home and got a job at a bank. But the passion is what drives you. I love playing football. It's been my passion since I'm a kid. Well, it was a long journey. Like I said, it's been like a long journey. It started really in 2016 when I decided to quit my job at the bank and follow my passion of playing football. I joined the Cameroonian military national team, went to the World Cup, and then started the preparations for the African Cup in 2016. That didn't work out. I came back home and I was like, what do I do next? So I took a one-way ticket to the United States, went for tryouts with Houston Dash, didn't make it, but then found a second division club where I played for the summer and got some videos. And through those videos, I was able to meet a coach who's from Portugal, and he had contacts, he was an agent, and he sent my videos out. And Braga, the coach of Braga, liked it, and he just signed me. So that's a little bit of the brief story of me getting to Braga. I mean, it was great. We won 2 championships out of 3. We won the first game because our first game was the Super Cup, and the Super Cup was against Sporting of Portugal, and we won after being down 1-0 to like the 84th minute. We won in penalties, and then we won the championship without being undefeated. We went undefeated the whole season, but then we lost the Portugal Cup in the semifinals against Benfica. So that's a goal for next year, to build upon that so that we can, you know, get all the trophies that we're working for. But it's been a great season. It was the first title in the history of the club, of the women's club, the first championship in the history of the club. So we definitely marked the history. That group is definitely going to be in the books of Braga forever. Well, I'm a striker, so I played about 22 games out of 26. Scored 5 goals, had I think 4 or 5 assists. So personally, I just try to do my job, you know, get goals, create spaces, create goals. So it was a learning year. I think next year is going to be much better and much grander, I believe. I think it's just a difference of investment and follow through, because there's not a lot of investment in women's football in Cameroon. Like, the girls, I wouldn't say can make a living out of being a professional soccer player in Cameroon, whereas in Portugal, you can make a living because people have invested in women's football for it to be seen and known and actually be a job. Here, it's not that way. They're still struggling to have girls be paid and do their job and live off of it. But there's also the question of follow through. Like, the season goes around all year long. There's no pauses in between. it's just a continuous process which keeps you in shape as an athlete. But here sometimes, they won't keep going with the championships. Like they'll start, they'll end, they'll start, they'll end, stuff for 6 months, and that just is, you're not stable. So there's a need for stability here. But I think in general, the football is the same in terms of how you play. It's a lot more tactical over there. Like here, it's very technical because people are talented naturally. But back there, it's very tactical. I had to get adjusted to understanding the tactics of the game. My ambitions as a footballer is to just win trophies. I really do want to mark the history of women's soccer in Africa. So that's really one of my intentions, just to disrupt that, because I feel like women's football in Africa is not acknowledged. We're not seen for just values. So I think if I can change the game, just like Roger Milla changed the game, or the iPhone changed the game, or the internet changed the game, then it can be a turning point for the girls coming behind me. So at least they have a stepping stone into something better than what we had, I guess. I have many, but not many, but I do have many, to be honest. I would say if I have to pick one that I would like to be like and accomplish what he accomplished, it's Roger Milla. Just the ability that he was able to go out there, be the oldest player, but yet bring Cameroon to a place where no other African country has ever been in the World Cup. So I think he's just a legend in my book. Yeah. He's just legendary. He changed the game for all of us, especially for Cameroonians, because when you go outside of Cameroon, people talk about Samuel Eto'o, but people always be like, do you remember Roger Milla? 1990 Roger Milla? Yeah. Like, they're so passionate because he did something, and that's really what I'm trying to do, just have that disruption in the way women's football is being seen. Well, it was hard, but I took it with a lot of grace. I think through the eyes of faith, you're able to see beyond what is. And for me, it was just a learning opportunity. I think painful experiences have a great way of opening you up and teaching you about yourself. So I think it was just a lot of grace. I just took it with a lot of grace. I didn't try to dig deep or ask God why. I'm a believer of not asking questions and just being the answer, and I just decided to keep playing and keep focusing on my work. I have the Champions League next year. I have another cup to win, so just focus one day at a time. And World Cup is every 4 years, so I'm not too bummed about that. I'm just giving myself time, and time will give me reason. I think they'll go as far as they want to go, because it's a question of mental abilities. Beyond even the physical abilities, you have to be able to be mentally willing to push yourself beyond what you think you can do. So I think how far they want to go depends on them. They're going to be on the field, and they're going to have to do the job of projecting themselves as far as they want to go. So I don't think it's impossible. I don't think anything is impossible. I just think they have to put the power behind whatever they're trying to accomplish. I would just tell them to let go of control. Control is a disease that, can drive you crazy. God gave you a child, but he's the one who gave, or she, God could be he or she, so that's off tangent, but she is the one who gave that life. And with that life came dreams and passions and ambitions. And it's not up to you as a parent to decide that. Like, you're raising a human being. Beyond your kid, it's a human being. So I think you should just let go of control and try to assist them as much as you can so that they can grow to their fullest potential and understand what life is for themselves rather than on your terms. So I would just tell them to let go of control and just be there for your child and love them no matter what, because that's the love and the support that's going to propel them up. I would tell them, don't try to be like me. Be like you. Like, there's no one out there like you. It's so easy to try and be like someone else because you just copy. But if you have to be yourself, then it takes a lot of inner work, and it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of commitment to staying true to yourself. So I'd say just keep doing you. Keep working hard. Keep grinding. Keep hustling. Keep believing in your dreams. It always takes time. Don't think it's going to happen in a matter of a day or two or a year or two. I mean, I've been playing my whole life, and I just got my professional contract at 27 years old. So it'll take time, but you have to be patient. You have to understand that life is a process. Just like a seed becomes a plant and the plant becomes a fruit, you just have to give yourself time and really believe. Have faith that what is in you and what is for you is for you. So
no matter how it comes, no matter when it comes, it definitely comes.
You just have to surrender to the process and keep doing your part and realize that whatever you're doing is going to come back your way. So it's just a mutual work with the universe and the powers and the energies.